This is part 2, episode 110. The unusual phenomenon in the cave continued for around half an hour or so before the raging natural energy gradually weakened. The energy swirl that lingered around Xiao Yan's body also became illusory. Not long after the final thread of energy entered Xiao Yan's body, his tightly shut eyes quivered a little. After which, he slowly opened them. Two substance-like energy pillars made of light shot out of his eyes and struck the enormous rock in front of him. The light emitted a puff sound as it penetrated through the rock. This was a situation that had occurred due to his body being overfilled with energy. The light within Xiao Yang's eyes was concealed after these two energy light pillars shot out. They once again returned to their rippleless forms. At a glance, he did not appear to be any different from his condition earlier. However, his aura was at least twice as strong as it was before. Xiao Yang extended his hand and gently clenched it. He could see the empty space above his hand forming wave after wave of distortions. Controlling space, this was the sign of an expert dozong. However, one would only possess an initial control at this class. Only when one reached the dozong class, or even the doxing class, would one be able to use spatial strength with a high degree of skill. Are you done? A warm laugh sounded in front of Xiao Yang, while he was tirelessly and happily distorting space. He raised his head and saw the white-clothed little fairy doctor, who appeared exceptionally pure and enchanting. This demon poison spot is really a good thing. If I had to rely on absorbing the energy from the outside world, it would likely have required 1 month for me to reach the 2-star level, Xiao Yan grinned. He lowered his head, glanced at the black spot on his chest, and replied, the precondition is that you must possess the strength to control it. Did you forget how you were tortured by this thing in the past? The little fairy doctor rolled her eyes at Xiao Yang. This fellow had really forgotten the pain after the wound was healed. Xiao Yang smiled. He put his clothes back on and asked, is Xinlan still not back? It has been 4 days since she left. Did something happen to her? The little fairy doctor inclined her head and inquires with some hesitation, I don't think so, the earth demon puppet is protecting her. If something happened to her, something should have also happened to the earth demon puppet. However, I have not sensed anything wrong with the earth demon puppet. Xiao Yang mused for a moment, shook his head, and said, let's wait for another 2 days. We will attack the sky poison dragon scorpion beast after the earth demon puppet returns. That way, we will be able to ascertain that nothing will go wrong. The little fairy doctor did not voice any objection to Xiao Yang's decision. She immediately nodded after Xiao Yang spoke. Xinlan still did not return after another day had passed. Just when Xiao Yang also thought that something was wrong, the sound of rushing wind finally appeared outside of the cave. Immediately, a familiar figure rushed in with some anxiety. The earth demon puppet followed close behind her. Xiao Yang and little fairy doctor finally sighed in relief after seeing that Xinlan was fine. They frowned when they saw her somewhat panicking face. What happened, big brother Xiao Yang? Things have become troublesome. Little fairy doctor Jie, and you are wanted by the Ice River Valley. Moreover, they seem to also be aware that the both of you are still in the Fallen God stream. Currently, many experts from the Ice River Valley are hurrying to the Fallen God stream. Moreover, it is rumored that an expert, at the peak of the dozong class, is among those hurrying over. Xinlan forcefully swallowed a mouthful of saliva, as she hurriedly spoke, with a somewhat pale face, peak of the dozong class. Xiao Yang's and the little fairy doctor's expressions changed when they heard this. Immediately, their faces turned a little gloomy. This time around, the Ice River Valley was really willing to put in great capital. The peak of the dozong class. Even Fei Qian from the Wind Lightning Pavilion had not reached that level. Looks like we need to speed up our journey. We must settle the sky poison dragon scorpion beast before they find us. Everything will be fine once I help Qian Huazunja refine a body. Xiao Yang's eyes flickered. Currently, he didn't have the time to think about how the Ice River Valley had become aware of their trail. He raised his head to look at the sky outside before suddenly standing up. His eyes slid to the little fairy doctor, let's get moving. Poison fog lingered deep within the Fallen God stream. Even the air contained a little stench. It would be quite troublesome if it was absorbed into one's body. The interior of the Fallen God stream was filled with a countless number of enormous dark black crevices. Occasionally, numerous roars would be emitted from these fissures. All the living creatures in this place seemed to possess a lethal poison after years of evolution. If one were careless, one would fall in the most unexpected place. The faint sound of rushing wind suddenly appeared in this desolate region. Immediately, a couple of figures rushed over from the distance. Their figures flashed a couple of times and appeared 100 meters away. It was only possible to see their appearance once they approached. Naturally, they were Xiao Yan's group, searching for the sky-poison dragon scorpion beast. Xiao Yan's figure gently landed beside a black rock. His eyes looked into the distance, but his sight was severely impeded due to the poison fog. Little fairy doctor, where is the sky-poison dragon scorpion beast? Xiao Yan turned his head and looked behind him, where the little fairy doctor and Xinlan were located. The little fairy doctor looked around her after hearing his question. She slightly shut her eyes. Being in possession of the woeful poison body, she appeared to be exceptionally sensitive to certain poison creatures. After sensing for a moment, she once again opened her eyes and pointed to the north. She softly answered, "That way. We should arrive soon. I am able to smell the poison on that fellow's body from a great distance." Xiao Yang tilted his head. He glanced at the earth demon puppet, following close beside him, and immediately inhaled a gentle breath. It seemed that a fierce battle was unavoidable today. With the strength of an 8-star dozong and the powerful physical body of a magical beast, this sky-poison dragon scorpion beast would definitely be an extremely troublesome opponent. Xinlan, you should hide further away when the fight begins. Do not get involved in it, Xiao Yang instructed Xinlan before moving his body. He rushed in the direction the little fairy doctor had pointed out. Xinlan nodded. With her strength, it was obvious that she did not have the qualification to participate in a fight of this level. Hence, it was best that she hid far away. Let's go, you have consumed the poison-avoiding pill that Xiao Yang gave you. As long as you do not take the initiative to disturb those fierce poison beings, they will not come and look for you. The little fairy doctor smiled to Xinlan. After which, she pulled her along and swiftly followed Xiao Yang in front. While Xiao Yang's group began to hurry toward the area where the sky-poison dragon scorpion beast was hiding, the entrance of the fallen god stream had become unusually lively because of the arrival of a group of people. A large group of white-clothed human figures, containing a shockingly cold aura around their bodies, filled the entrance of the fallen god stream. The temperature of this place seemed to have been affected by them as it descended. There were 4 old figures standing with their shoulders bent right at the front. These 4 figures randomly stood. There were 3 majestic, ice-cold auras slowly spreading apart among them, giving one a kind of extremely pressurizing feeling. The person who attracted the most attention among the 4 of them was an elder. This old man had white hair, and was holding a walking stick with a snake head that appeared to be made from white jade. The snake head's large, savage mouth was widened, and it had a pair of snake eyes which emitted a dark, cold aura. He appeared exceptionally ordinary compared to the 3 elders beside him. Not even a little energy seeped out of his body. Even that elderly face appeared exceptionally shriveled. His narrowed eyes appeared turbid. His appearance was no different from that of an ordinary old man. The thing that surprised others was that this old man, who did not seem special, was actually standing at the middle of this group of people. Even the 3 white-clothed, old men with majestic auras remained half a step behind him. Their brows revealed a respectful expression. There were many people currently watching the show around the fallen god stream's entrance. They were startled when they saw this lineup, especially when they saw the special snow flower image on the clothes of these people. A commotion was stirred as a result. They are people from the Ice River Valley, the one leading them are 4 expert dozongs. Heavens, what does this Ice River Valley intend to do? According to rumors, Bing Fu along with 2 other Ice River Valley's elders, and some disciples have all died in the hands of the woeful poison lady. From the looks of it, the Ice River Valley is really angered this time around. If I have guessed correctly, that old man holding the walking stick should be that elder Qian Shi from the Ice River Valley. Even in the Ice River Valley, he is considered an important person ranked among the top 3-inch elder Qian Shi. It is actually him. It is unexpected that the Ice River Valley has even dispatched him this time around. That woeful poison lady will likely have a difficult time escaping this time around. The surrounding private conversations did not disturb this white-clothed group. The white-haired, old man holding a walking stick made in the shape of a snake opened his somewhat turbid eyes. He faintly asked, "Is everyone here?" "Everyone is here and waiting for Elder Qian Shi's orders." A white-clothed, old man by the side hurriedly replied. The old man called Elder Qian Shi nodded slowly. He extended his hand and a coldness lingered over it. After which, an ice mirror was formed. A picture was present on the ice mirror. Coincidentally, the images of Xiao Yan, the little fairy doctor, the earth demon puppet, and even Tian Huazunja were present in the picture. These are the remnant figures found in the damaged souls of the Ice River Valley's disciples. However, it is unexpected that the woeful poison lady had external reinforcements. However, these few people are extremely foreign to the old me. It is likely that they are people from outside the Pill region. Cuckoo, the Ice River Valley has not met such a challenge for many years. The hands of the old me are almost rusty. The old man holding the snake walking stick swept his turbid eyes over the ice mirror and laughed. His laughter was just like that of an owl, giving one goosebumps. A chill surfaced on the skin of the three white-clothed elders when they heard this laugh. They knew that the happier the laugh of this person, the denser the killing intent was in his heart. Let's go, the old me really wishes to meet this group of foreign experts soon. The might of the Ice River Valley cannot be challenged, the old man gently waved his hand. After which, he lifted the snake walking stick and slowly walked into the fallen god stream. All the disciples from the Ice River Valley followed close behind them. They did not create even the slightest sound when they walked, displaying an appearance of being well trained. Numerous gazes looked at the people from the Ice River Valley as they gradually disappeared from their sight. They looked to each other and a fiery heat appeared in their eyes. All of them knew that this fallen god stream would likely cease to be calm. We have arrived. That rock fortress is where our target is located. Xiao Yang's footsteps paused suddenly when he heard this. After which, he raised his head, narrowed his eyes and looked into the distance. He could see a large, white-colored rock fortress vaguely visible under the cover of the dense fog. The sky-poison dragon scorpion beast is in that place. Xiao Yang rubbed his hands. A heat surfaced in his eyes. After searching the Black Corner region all the way to the Central Plains, he had finally found a living sky-poison dragon scorpion beast. The little fairy doctor smiled and nodded. She said, I think that it is likely that it has sensed my presence. It seems that a poison beast that has reached such a rank also possesses the sensitivity to this woeful poison body of mine. In that case, let us see just what this so-called ancient poison beast looks like. Xinlan, you should remain here. Do not follow us. Xiao Yang smiled before instructing Xinlan, understood. Xinlan nodded before reminding, all of you should be careful. Xiao Yang grinned. His toes pressed on the ground and his body turned into a black line that rushed toward the rock fortress. The little fairy doctor and the earth demon puppet followed close behind him. With the speed of the three of them, they had appeared within 1,000 meters of the rock fortress after a short moment. Following their approach, they were finally able to sense just how large this rock fortress was. The place appeared exceptionally vast and mighty. Roar! Just when these three people stepped into 1,000-meter radius of this rock fortress, the land suddenly began to shake. Immediately, a soul-stirring dragon roar was emitted from the rock fortress, and a violent storm swept over, sending the rock fragments on the ground flying. Ha ha, little beauty. It is unexpected that you have come looking for me. In that case, you should obediently stay behind and be my woman. This king wants that woeful poison body of yours to give birth to perfect descendants with the purest bloodline. The dragon roar resounded over the place as a loud laugh was emitted from the rock fortress. After which, the roar spread apart like a wave. One could hear the sharp sound of rushing wind appearing after the loud laugh rang out. A blood-red figure rushed out of the rock fortress in a lightning-like manner. A pair of 100-foot-large dragon wings were extended from his back. A blood-colored scorpion tail, over 10 meters long, was behind it. The tip of the tail contained a sharp, cold glow. The figure remained suspended in the sky with the round moon located behind it. Both of its wings were extended and its poison tail appeared just like a snake. It hissed to the sky while a monstrous fog spread. Xiao Yang's group slowly stopped. They looked at the human figure with its dragon wings in the distant sky. They sensed the monstrous aura and surprise flashed across their eyes. Was this that legendary sky poison dragon scorpion beast? It is indeed very strong, however. Its monster core and essence blood are ours. A solemnness flashed across the little fairy doctor's pretty eyes as she looked at the figure in the sky, where poison fog permeated. This sky poison dragon scorpion beast possessed an extremely frightening strength. A fierce battle was likely unavoidable today if they wanted to hunt it. A blood-red figure remained suspended in the sky. Enormous dragon wings slowly flapped behind it, carrying wave after wave of wild wind. However, other than the wings and the sharp scorpion tail behind, this sky-poison dragon scorpion beast was no different from an ordinary human. Moreover, his face was extremely handsome. Additionally, there was an evil feeling vaguely seeping from him. The sky poison dragon scorpion beast slowly descended from the sky. Finally, it paused in the air above. His eyes swept over the little fairy doctor, before pausing on Xiao Yang beside her. He lifted his eyebrows and laughed. I was wondering why you have the guts to deliver yourself to this place. You have actually got some helpers. However, just this brat's 2-star Dozong's strength makes him unworthy of attacking this king. I have come to this place with the intention of obtaining something from you. The little fairy doctor slightly smiled as she softly informed him, oh. This is naturally not a problem. As long as you remain behind to be this king's woman, never mind asking for just one thing. Even if you demand more, this king will be able to give it to you. The sky poison dragon scorpion beast laughed when he heard this. His gaze immediately contained some lewdness, as he stared at the little fairy doctor's alluring body. He had never met a woman who could attract him in this manner in all these years. However, he clearly understood that this kind of attraction was mostly due to the woeful poison body. Being a poison beast, this kind of woeful poison body was just like tonic to him. Just the scent of her would cause his soul to flutter, and feel incomparably comfortable. When he met the little fairy doctor for the first time back then, he knew that this woman would definitely be his. In that case, please hand your monster core to me. The gaze of the sky poison dragon scorpion beast caused a cold glint to flash across the little fairy doctor's eyes while she demanded in a faint voice. The smile on the sky poison dragon scorpion beast's handsome face slowly stiffened while a gloominess appeared. He licked his lips and said, it seems that those who come don't have any good intentions and those with good intentions don't come. If it had been someone else who said these words in front of this king, he would definitely be turned into a corpse at this moment. However, this king is so fascinated by you. Therefore, this offense to me shall be repaid by the man beside you. The dragon wings behind the sky poison dragon scorpion beast were flapped after these words sounded. His body suddenly disappeared from the spot. Xiao Yang's eyes narrowed the moment the sky poison dragon scorpion beast's body disappeared. At the same time, a silver glow flashed under his feet as he swiftly withdrew by a couple of steps. Xiao Yang's withdrawing feet had just landed when a hand with blood-red, sharp nails tore through the spot in front of him, like a sharp sword. A dark black line appeared in the space where the hand passed. The empty space in front emitted a surprised her when the attack missed. Immediately, the body of the sky poison dragon scorpion beast surfaced in an unusual manner. His gaze was dark as he glanced at Xiao Yang. Without saying a word, he emitted a swoosh sound as a black figure rushed out in a lightning-like fashion, piercing through the sky. Within a flash, it appeared in front of Xiao Yang's forehead. An unusually sharp scorpion tail had appeared. The sharp tip contained a bright red color. Clearly, it possessed a lethal poison. The sharp scorpion tail's tip pierced at Xiao Yang's forehead in a lightning-like manner. After which, it penetrated through his forehead, but no fresh blood appeared after image. Surprise immediately flashed across the eyes of the sky poison dragon scorpion beast when he saw this scene. He swept his gaze around, only to see a figure slowly appearing a few dozen meters away. That figure was Xiao Yang. Good brat. I have underestimated you. The sky poison dragon scorpion beast also felt surprised when he saw Xiao Yang dodge the attack from his scorpion tail. However, before he could act, a grayish-purple doji pillar shot over from behind him, accompanied by the ear-piercing sound of rushing wind. Hee, little beauty, this little attack can't do anything to this king. The sky poison dragon scorpion beast laughed when he sensed the wind from behind him. The scorpion tail behind him pierced out in a flash. After which, it easily blocked the grayish-purple doji pillar. I don't care where you have come from. Since you have come, there is no need to leave. The sky poison dragon scorpion beast laughed out loud as his eyes swept over Xiao Yang and the little fairy doctor. After which, he opened his hand and let out a clear loud roar to the sky. This place suddenly began quiver after the roar spread. Immediately, rampaging noises could be heard. Xiao Yang and the little fairy doctor looked in the direction the noises had come from, and they saw a black line sweeping over the land like an ocean wave from the horizon. Poison gas that filled the air lingered over that black line and formed something like a poison cloud. Be careful, all of them are poison beasts. Within the fallen god stream, the little fairy doctor's body flashed and appeared beside Xiao Yang. Her face was solemn when she spoke. The black line gradually approached while little fairy doctor was speaking. Xiao Yang glanced over and found that it was not a black line. Instead, it was a sea of densely packed poison beasts. The poison cloud that agglomerated in the air was formed from the breaths of these poison beasts. Xiao Yang's eyes coagulated as he studied this scene. He was even able to sense two similarly strong auras from within the densely packed sea of poison beasts. Although they were much weaker compared to the sky poison dragon scorpion beast, they should have reached the strength of a 4-star dozong or so. This king is the overlord of this region. Since you have arrived at this place, whether you live or die will also be determined by this king. A dark, dense expression surfaced on the evil face of the sky poison dragon scorpion beast as he laughed. We will deal with these poison beasts. Leave the sky poison dragon scorpion beast for the earth demon puppet, and old Mr. Yao to handle. It is likely that they will properly entertain him. Xiao Yang merely smiled faintly in the face of the arrogance of the sky poison dragon scorpion beast. He flicked his finger and the earth demon puppet appeared in front of him. Immediately, he rubbed his finger over the white-colored ring, and Qian Huozunja's illusionary soul slowly drifted out. Little fellow, you really think too highly of the old me. You have found such a troublesome fellow. Qian Huozunja saw the sky poison dragon scorpion beast with the monstrous poison fog not far away after he appeared. He immediately exclaimed, this fellow's fighting strength is likely even stronger than that Fei Qian. How did you offend such an existence? I have no choice. The essence blood of a rank 7 magical beast is needed to help you refine a body. Xiao Yang spread his hands and smiled as he answered. Qian Huozunja was momentarily dull when he heard this. He immediately and helplessly shook his head as he said, all right. Little fellow, you always have a reason. However, I alone will not be able to deal with him. Although Qian Huozunja's spiritual strength was quite powerful, it would be a little lacking if he were to openly fight with an expert at the level of this sky poison dragon scorpion beast. All of these drawbacks were due to his inability to use Do Qi. The earth demon puppet will do its best to aid you. I think that there should not be any problem, right? Xiao Yang's finger pointed to the earth demon puppet beside him and laughed. Qian Huozunja sighed in relief when he saw the puppet. The fighting strength of the current earth demon puppet was not inferior to that of an 8-star dozong. With its help, Qian Huozunja would have greater confidence when facing that fellow. The smile on the face of the sky poison dragon scorpion beast stiffened a little when Qian Huozunja and the earth demon puppet appeared. His voice was gloomy as he said, so, you have come prepared. Xiao Yang faintly smiled. He ignored that fellow and glanced at the countless numbers of poison beasts rushing over while emitting a loud rumbling sound. After which, his eyes slid to Qian Huozunja and said, old Mr. Yao, try to be as quick as possible. The little fairy doctor, and I will stop all these poison beasts. No problem. With the earth demon puppet, it will not be too difficult to finish him off. Qian Huozunja slowly nodded as he replied, old fellow, aren't you afraid of biting your tongue by saying such big words? This king is a member of the scorpion dragon tribe. You dare to touch me? The eyes of the sky poison dragon scorpion beast were dark and dense as he spoke. Scorpion dragon tribe. Xiao Yang frowned slightly. He had heard of this magical beast tribe before. It could be considered an extremely powerful tribe in the magical beast world. Moreover, their reputation was also quite great. It is rumored that all the members of this scorpion dragon tribe possess a rare ancient dragon bloodline within their bodies. Ancient dragon. It was referring to that extremely mysterious void ancient dragon. There was seldom anyone on the Do Qi continent who had seen traces of such a legendary existence. Within the magical beast world, any magical beast who possessed the hint of a relation to this mysterious void ancient dragon was an indication that they were strong. They were just like this sky poison dragon scorpion beast in front. The strength of an 8-star dozong could be considered a top-tier expert across the entire Do Qi continent. Moreover, this scorpion dragon tribe was much greater in numbers compared to the void ancient dragon. Hence, even though it could not be compared to a tribe like the heaven demon phoenix tribe, they could be considered ranked among the top. Xiao Yang did not expect this sky poison dragon scorpion beast to be a member of that scorpion dragon tribe. However, now that things had developed like this, he had no choice but to continue. Forget about this fellow being a member of the scorpion dragon tribe. Even if he was a void ancient dragon, it was likely that Xiao Yang would still have no choice but to attack. Old Mr. Yao, please attack. Xiao Yang's eyes turned to Qian Huozunja. A dense coldness flashed across his face as he slowly spoke. A cold glint flashed across the empty hollow eyes of the earth demon puppets by the side after Xiao Yang's last words sounded. The silver glow on its bright body became even more intense. It did not even pause for a moment as its body flashed and rushed at the sky-poison dragon scorpion beast. The expression of the sky-poison dragon scorpion beast immediately became quite ugly when he saw the earth demon puppet rushing over. Killing intent surged wildly in his eyes. He furiously laughed, "Since all of you are seeking death, this king shall grant your wishes, ants." Tianhua's illusionary body trembled before slowly disappearing in a strange fashion. A clear, loud laugh carried a pride that resounded over the sky. "Ha ha, ants. If the old me had not lost my body, you would also be just an ant in the eyes of the old me. Even though this is the case, the old me will definitely take your essence blood today." This video will end here. Thank you for watching.